Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This might give a clue into what today's video is going to be about. So I am going to Walt Disney World and Universal Studios in September for 2 weeks, and I thought I'd do a little bit of a breakdown of the cost of the holiday, everything that we've kind of planned so far, and also use this as a bit of a shout out to see if there's anybody out there, which I know there will be some serious Disney holiday fanatics, that can help us to maybe like give any suggestions or tips of things that we should do, places that we should visit, or just anything little extra that you can like help us to have the best holiday. So like I was saying, we are going to Orlando. When I say we, it's me and my boyfriend James, for 2 weeks, and we'll be doing Walt Disney World and the Universal Studios parks. I thought I'd start off talking about the flights. So I will actually already be in America because I'm working at camp this year. So this is going to be like included in my 30 days post-camp travels. I'll be doing a 2-week road trip beforehand with my friends, and then I'll be flying across to Orlando to meet James. So my flights were a little bit expensive, but that's because I've had to book like a multi-city flight with British Airways. Well, it's actually half British Airways on the way there and then Aer Lingus on the way back. But James has got return flights with Aer Lingus, and he managed to pay £565 for them, which I think is pretty good. And this is flying direct from Manchester. We do live in the northeast though, so he's going to have to get from here to Manchester, but he's got friends there so he can stay in Manchester. And then he will be flying over and meeting me. I think when he lands, it's like approximately 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm not really sure. So I'm planning on either taking an overnight flight from, I think we'll be on the west coast to get over to Orlando, so that it saves me money on a hotel, or I'll just get up early on the morning and fly over across on the morning so that I can meet him at the airport, or I'll get to the hotel, check in, and then he can come and meet me at the hotel. On the way back, we are both going to be on the same flight. So with Aer Lingus as well, we didn't actually have to pay any extra to reserve our seats, which is really nice. Because they're done in 2 separate bookings, we couldn't ensure that they were booked together. But if anybody else is in that situation, you can actually just like message Aer Lingus on Facebook or ring them up. I'm sure you can do it that way too. But I just sent them a message on Facebook and was like, hi, like, can I change my seat to this particular seat? So I'm sat next to my boyfriend, just passed them over my details and the flight details, and then they got the booking updated for me. So that was like super easy. That is also including luggage as well. And we are just flying economy. We're not doing premium or business or anything fancy like that. But because of the way the configuration is of the plane, we've actually managed to just book 2 seats next to each other. So I think it's a 2-4-2 configuration on that plane. So we don't have to worry about fighting over the middle seat and having to sit next to a random stranger. Well, one of us will have the window and one of us will have the aisle, but we're not going to have a random person sat next to us, which I think will be quite nice, especially because we're flying back late at night. So hopefully it should be nice and comfy and we can get a good rest. So the next thing that we looked at booking was tickets, and we're there for 2 weeks because we want to make sure we can try and do everything. So we booked the 14-day ticket with attraction tickets, and this is a park hopper ticket, so we can park hop between the Disney parks and the Universal parks, and it also includes 1 day at Epic Universe. So I guess it's technically like a 15-day ticket if I've read the whole information correct. So the tickets cost us £910 each, which is a lot of money. Do not get me wrong, but I guess for 14 days unlimited access, we did also pay for the insurance protection, I think, which was an extra £25 or £30. Just in case anything happened, we could cancel the tickets and get a full refund. Hopefully we won't have to do that though, fingers crossed. I couldn't really find much of a cheaper alternative anywhere else, and I have used attraction tickets before, so I thought I would go with what I know. And obviously when you're booking to go on these holidays from the UK, 14 nights and the 14-day ticket, is pretty much like the basic package you get. Obviously, if you want to go for less time, you'd have to either buy at the gate, I believe, or you'd have to buy through like an American site if you needed a few less days. But we're there for the full 14 days, so we got the full 14-day ticket. Now, with regards to how we've split our time between the 2 parks, rather than staying off-site at a hotel that's kind of on iDrive or somewhere like that, which I know a lot of people do, we're staying on site and splitting the stay. We're doing 9 nights at Disney and 5 nights at Universal, and we're not staying directly on Disney property. We're actually staying in like the Disney Springs resort area. We're staying at the Wyndham Garden Lake Buena Vista, which is right next to the entrance for Disney Springs pretty much. Now, the reasons we didn't stay directly on Disney property was because the hotels are obviously more expensive, and although they did have the free dining plan offer on when we were booking, I spent a lot of time kind of weighing up the pros and cons and like the cost of everything to see whether it was actually worth our while paying the extra for staying on a Disney hotel and getting the dining plan. The reason we didn't end up getting the dining plan and staying on Disney property was again because of the cost, and also we thought it gives us a little bit more like flexibility and freedom to go and choose if we didn't want to eat at a Disney park or a resort or at Disney Springs, for example, because I can guarantee you we're going to be having Raising Cane's and Chipotle and different things like that a lot of nights. It just gave us a little bit more flexibility. We did still want that kind of perk of early entry, and a hotel that I have stayed at before is the Wyndham Garden Lake Buena Vista, and it was great when I stayed there. It is super close to Disney Springs. They provide shuttle transportation as well to all the parks. Everybody was lovely when I was there, all the staff, so I literally couldn't fault it. Another reason why I like this hotel is that it is very close to Saratoga Springs, so I have previously use the actual Saratoga Springs Disney bus transportation to get me to the park if I needed it, or you can obviously walk straight over to Disney Springs, get a shuttle to one of the other resorts, and then you can kind of like go resort hopping very easily. So that's like one of the main reasons we stayed there. This room we booked on booking.com and it's got free cancellation, so I'll be completely honest with you, I have cancelled and rebooked the hotel a few times when I've seen the price drop. So initially we were paying about £1,050 for it for the 9 nights, but the price did drop a few times, and at the moment from cancelling it and rebooking it we've managed to get it down to £962. Hopefully it stays that way, or maybe if the exchange rate gets a little bit better it'll end up being cheaper, but I am happy with the choice that we've made. Obviously when we get there we'll assess it and see if we wish we'd stayed on Disney property a little bit closer, but for now I'm definitely happy with that choice. After we've stayed at Disney we are moving over to stay in a Universal hotel, and we're staying at the Universal Endless Summer Dockside Resort. Again, I've stayed at this hotel 3 times before, once with family and twice on trips when I've been working away with camp, and every single time I've stayed it's been perfect. The rooms are super spacious, they're modern, they're clean. There's a Starbucks in the lobby, there's 2 pools, there's a gym, there's like a massive food court as well, and the chocolate chip pancakes from that food court are amazing. In fact, all of the food that I've had in that food court was perfect, so again I can't fault it at all. Again, we could have stayed off-site and not stayed at a Universal hotel, but we wanted to make sure that, especially because we're not there for a really long period of time, that we could be kind of close to all the parks, get easy, frequent, regular transportation by using the hotel shuttles, and know that it's a good hotel we've stayed in before and that we like. I actually have only paid £457 for this hotel for 5 nights. Managed to get a really good deal on it because again I went back on to have a look the other week and I think it had went up to something like over £700, so I'm very happy with the fact that we managed to get it for less than £100 a night. At the moment we are trying to plan which will be the best day to go to Epic Universe on. My thinking is that Epic Universe will probably be slightly less busy, maybe midweek, so we're thinking maybe going on the Tuesday or the Wednesday, and we're probably going to be there from park opening till park closing. Obviously at the minute it's just kind of in those like preliminary opening stages. It hasn't opened officially to the whole general public yet, and judging by what people have posted online I think it's going to be pretty busy and we're going to be waiting a while for the rides. So that being said, what we are debating doing is wait until a little bit nearer the time and maybe either buying an express pass for the day that we're there, or alternatively we could buy a second single day pass and go twice. We're going to kind of weigh it up and see whether it's beneficial for us once we're actually there, and based on what people say kind of nearer the time. But those are 2 things that we're weighing up at the moment. So if anybody is watching this video quite a while in the future and it's like August time and you've been to Epic Universe, if you fancy letting us know down below kind of what you would recommend doing, that would be super helpful and greatly appreciated. The other thing that we need to book for Universal, but the tickets have not been released yet, is for Halloween Horror Nights. So I did Halloween Horror Nights in 2022 and I literally had the best time and it was an amazing night. The theming in those haunted houses is literally just like insane. Nothing compared to anything that I've seen here in the UK before. So I'm very excited for that. As I'm filming this right now in May, early May, the tickets haven't been released yet. We're expecting to probably pay between like £80 to £100 I think for a ticket for one night, And again, I don't think we'll buy like the express or the VIP kind of tour thing to get everything done in one night. I think we'll just plan on getting there early because we are staying on site as a resort guest. I believe if it's the same as 2022 that you do get in a little bit earlier, and hopefully we'll try and work our way through all the houses. Or maybe we'll have to make like a priority list. Again, I know it's not on every single night, but I'm hopefully manage to get a ticket for a weekday night rather than like the Friday night, just because I think it'll be a little bit quieter, fingers crossed. And the final thing that we are also contemplating doing is, whilst we're at Disney, obviously we're there for a little bit longer, we are there for 9 nights, is again, it's something we'll probably assess whilst we're there, is possibly renting a car for the day and driving across to a beach somewhere, or maybe going up to Gainesville because we've got friends that are at UF. There's a few different possibilities and things that we're weighing up, but again, I think it'll just kind of come down to cost at the end of it. So that kind of sums up everything that we've got booked so far for our Orlando trip in September. If anybody has got any recommendations of places to eat, like things to see, like little hidden gems in the parks, please let me know in the comments below. I'm the type of person that likes to plan everything and like know what we're doing and make lists of things that we want to do and things that we want to see, places we want to eat. So I feel like doing a Disney holiday, and Universal obviously, is like the perfect holiday for me, especially Walt Disney World, because I feel like for most people a lot of planning and timing and consideration goes into these holidays to make sure you get to do as much as you can whilst you're there, especially if like us, you're coming all the way over from the UK. It's a long way to go for a holiday and you're paying a lot of money, so you want to make the most out of it. We want to try and do every ride without having to pay for the lightning lanes. Whether or not this happens, I don't know, but obviously there's just 2 of us going. It's not like we've got little kids coming with us, and we're not in a big group, so there's not hundreds of people to please. It's just us 2, so I think we should manage to do everything we want to do. A few food things that we definitely want to try or the Mickey beignets. I've heard that going to Port Orleans French Quarter is better than getting them near Tiana's. I also want to try cheeseburger spring rolls. I really want to try the Dole Whip, the pineapple one, but on the upside down cake. And I've also heard there's a lot of different good food places and things in Animal Kingdom, but I'm just not 100% sure of what yet. So actually, if anybody's got any recommendations of food or drinks, things like that in Animal Kingdom, please let me know. I also know it should, fingers crossed, be Food and Wine Festival in Epcot whilst we're there, so there'll be loads of food that we're trying. And in the France Pavilion, I really want to try that. I don't know what it's called, but it's like you get a scoop of ice cream and it's like put in a brioche bun and then they toast it. That's something that I really want to try. And then for Epic Universe, we are aware that we're probably going to have to prioritize certain things if we want to make sure that we do the things that we really want to do. I think we both really want to do Battle of the Ministry and Harry Potter, obviously, and then Monsters Unchained as well. I have been to Super Mario World at a Hollywood Universal Studios and it was amazing, so I would definitely try and squeeze that in if I can. But because it's something that I've kind of done already in a way, that maybe wouldn't be top of the list of priorities. And I also really want to get on Stardust Racers. That looks insane. So I think I'll round it up there. I've probably rambled on for way too long on what should have been a nice little short video. We are, fingers crossed, planning on trying to vlog our trip. So if anybody likes watching Orlando Disney Universal vlogs, then subscribe, because hopefully towards the end of this year we will have lots of vlogs coming out. But if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching and hopefully see you in another video.